Welcome back to the Pittsburgh Pirates franchise. The September call-ups have been made. Let's take a quick look at the transactions that we have made today. A few changes here. We can see we recalled Tristan Beck to the major league level from AAA, as well as Paul Skeens. We promoted Bonta Smith from AA to AAA. We promoted Huang from Class A to AA to get some starts up there. And then Quinn Priester moved from AA to AAA as well. Let's take a look at what we did with the pitching rotation in the big leagues. We left the starting rotation alone. Harrington's not going to lose out on that starting job just yet. Paul Skeens will be our number one long reliever. Marco Gonzalez will follow him up, as well as Holderman in our long relief positions. Then we have Ferguson, Montero, and Arebu in the middle relief. Lowasiga will be our setup man, as well as Beck. And then Castro has been moved to the closing role. Excited to see how this goes. He does have one blown save, 17 holds this year. ERA still at 1.85. WAR 1.1, K per 9, 8.5. Base on balls 0.69, home runs 0.46. This is what we were looking for. He might be the future closer of the team. He's 30 years old. Got him under contract one more year, but let's get right into it. Another series with the Reds, who are way ahead of us again, almost 10 games, 9.5 games ahead of us, I believe. Going into today, 9 games. Wyatt Langford up in the top of the 7th. Bases loaded. 2-0 ball game. In Cincinnati this time. Let's see how we fare. 2 outs. Ground ball up the middle. We're going to hold the runners there. Nice base hit on the first pitch. 3-0. Then we got Kirilloff on a lefty-lefty matchup here against Alex Wood. First pitch swings through a slider. 0-1. I think we're pretty early on that, but also swung on top of it, it looked like. There's a ground ball to the third baseman. He'll flip it over to second base. Retire the side. Looks like Harrington is in the ballgame. 7th inning. He's got 64 pitches so far. No runs given up, but let's go ahead and get some pitchers warming up here. Looks like Skeens is exhausted. He won't be pitching today. Same with Benny. Let's go ahead and get Ferguson warming up and Beck as well. Give us a good opportunity to potentially see at least one of the guys that we called up for September. Was a tough decision. Went through it for about 40 minutes, looking at the statistics, looking at each player. I decided to leave Mayo down in AAA. He just wasn't playing good enough, as Harrington gets a strikeout on Benson there. Ellie De La Cruz has been a challenging player for us to face. Being a division rival, I wouldn't mind if he, ended up getting traded. There's a foul ball, 0-2 count to him, though. Really do enjoy pitching with Harrington. Glad we get to see him a little bit more here. Hard hit to Jeb. He fields it, throws it to first. 2 away. Try the slider here. 70 pitches in. Try to get him through 7 innings, and then we can maybe go to the bullpen, but only at 70 pitches here. Unless we have a long at-bat, which we do not, we might see him try to complete the shutout. Cruz, Zawinski, Olivares up to bat. Alex Wood stays in to face Cruz in the top of the 8th. Outside, ball 1. 41,000 in attendance here in Cincinnati for the first place team. Getting a lot of support from the fans. We're in September. We're going to see if we make the playoffs in today's episode. Got jammed there, 1 away. 3 straight lefties in this lineup. I don't think I would have set it up that way, but when there's days off for people, things get mixed up. 0-1. Strikes through the slider outside. 2 away. 2 for 3 today. Averages up to 301. Edward Olivares just struggling to get him on the field enough to how he's been playing. It's one of these things that we stop paying attention to when we're focused on some of the young guys. Is one of these players that's been with the club since we've taken over, who's good enough to play every day, but he's out this time, heading to the bottom of the 8th. 3-0 Pittsburgh. Jake Fraley up to bat here. 0 for 2 today. How far can Harrington take this? I believe he already has 1 complete game where he gave up 1 run that was unearned. And in what, I think this is his 5th start? 5th or 6th. What a surprise. 0-2 pitch, just outside, 1-2. Fly ball to Sawitsky. That should retire 1 batter, 1 away. Candelario up now, 0-2 today. Strike 1. And walks him. Runner at first. That brings up Tyler Stevenson, 0-2 today, as well as the last 2 batters that have been up to bat. Fly ball to Zawitsky. That'll be 2 away in the bottom of the 8th. Ground ball to Triolo. He'll throw it over to Walker to retire the side. Let's head to the 9th. We got Beck warming up and Castro in the bullpen now. Mitch Jebb up to bat, 0-3 today. Ground ball gets past De La Cruz. Runners at first and second, 1 out. De La Cruz took a nasty shot the time. What? On his shin. It's likely isn't broken, but still they're going to be a good deal of pain. De La Cruz will be removed from the game. Okay. Very interesting. That brings up Jared Triolo, 1-for-3 today. 264 on the season. That might be enough to score a run. Walker is going to try to score here, and he does. 4-0 Pittsburgh. Then they go to the bullpen here. Wyatt Langford up to bat, 1-for-4 today. 241 on the year. We'd like to see that increase. Definitely not as good as he was last year. Still got some time to develop for him. Got to be a good throw here. 4-0 game. Make it 5-0. Now it's kind of interesting. If we win this, that's 4 in a row against the Reds. A team we could very likely meet in the playoffs if we do make it. We're playing them pretty well right now. I would feel confident facing them in the first round. The Braves scare me. The Dodgers scare me. We got a 1-2 count on Zawitsky. Bases loaded here in the 9th. 5-run lead. Fouls that off. The Oregon player here with some nice work there. That sound scared me a little bit. And he goes down looking. We'll head to the 9th, bottom of the 9th, see if Harrington can get a complete game shutout. Only 87 pitches so far. Should have enough gas to get through this inning. Will it be a scoreless inning, though? A 1 pitch to Matt McClain. Left that curveball way too high. Luckily, he was early on it. Try the 2-seamer. We haven't thrown that yet. 0-2 pitch. Just fouled off. See if we can get this curveball down a little bit here. Way outside. 1-2. That's a deep fly. Why is Kirilloff playing center field? What is going on today? That's a double with nobody out here in the 9th. Left field, we have Langford. Center field, Kirilloff. Yeah, let's switch these two. Swap positions. Yeah, okay. I like that better. Harrington's starting to get a little tired. Strike 1. Cruz able to handle that. 1 away. Brings up Will Benson. Runner at second. That might score a run. Yes, it does. There goes the shutout. We will bring in Tristan Beck to finish this game off. Last season, 4.21 ERA and 51 outings. See how he does. Excited to have this guy back up here. He had a pretty solid year at AAA. They're going to miss him down there. Potential playoff run for the AAA club. He's missed on the first 2 pitches, though. 2-2. Make that 3-2. Benson's going to move. And he's going to get there. Runner at second. 4-run game. 1 out. Beck yet to throw a strike. There we go. 3-1. Got him to chase on that one. 3-2. Fouls off the 3-2 pitch. We'll do it again. Tries the slider on the corner. He got the call by the ump there. 2 away in the 9th. Ground ball to Jebb. He'll flip it over to Walker. Secure another win for the Pirates. Definitely feel like I'm scoreboard watching at this point. The Marlins have lost 3 in a row, giving us a 2.5 game lead on them, 2 in the win column. Let's take a look at the rest of the league. We'll start with the American League here. Yankees are 11 games ahead of the Rays. Red Sox are at the bottom of the league in the AL East. Moving over to the AL Central, the Twins are 14 games ahead of the Guardians. White Sox at the bottom there. Rangers 12.5 games ahead of the Astros. A lot of runaways in every division here. But we do look at the wild card. We have the Astros, Angels, Mariners in the wild card positions with the Rays and Blue Jays a half game out. We got a good wild card run there. Move on over to the National League East, where the Braves are only up by 3 games on the Phillies. So the Phillies have gained some ground on the Braves this year. The Reds have an 8-game advantage on us, and the Cubs are at the bottom of our division. The Dodgers 3-game lead on the Diamondbacks, and then the Rockies at the bottom there. Looking at the National League wildcard, we got the Phillies, D-backs, and our Pittsburgh Pirates. 2.5 game lead on the Marlins, and 4 games ahead of the Cardinals, 6 games ahead of the Giants. Brewers are pretty much out of it. They get 16 games to be eliminated. Looks like our magic number right now is 22, with 24 games remaining. We jump into today's action against the Reds, down 2-1 in the top of the 7th. Nobody out. Christian Walker up to bat. Let's go ahead and make sure our bullpen is getting prepared here. It's going to be the bottom of the 7th. Let's see. Let's get Beck pitched yesterday. Let's get Ferguson warming up, as well as Loasiga. Christian Walker 1 for 1 on the game. Swings through a splitter there, 0-1. Clear night, it looks like. No stars. Maybe it's a cloudy night here in Cincinnati. That's going to get by the second baseman for a double, potentially, for Walker as it gets all the way to the wall. He'll hustle in there, standing up. We get to see Endy 0 for 2 today, 247. He was struggling early on. He's got his average up to a respectable area. Ground ball to first base. That will move Walker to third. Tying run at third. 1 away. Here's Gilberto, 1 for 2 today. Celestino's probably one of the guys that's going to not make the lineup or the roster next season. It's been very important to us in this hot streak, this good run in the second half of the year, or really the middle of the year. We've slowed down a little bit in August. See if we can pick it up in September, but I don't know if he's going to make the cut next year. We got a lot of youngsters that are ready. And honestly, Walker's got a hold. I thought he was going to score. If it wasn't for some of the things happening with those teams, I don't even know what I was going to say there. Here's John Rhodes 0 for 2. But if it wasn't for the 3-year option situation, I would have definitely called up maybe someone like Franz Talbot, but I don't want to start that 3-year clock yet. Talbot, Johnson, Mayo, the next time we bring those guys up, I want them to stay long-term. So I guess the options don't necessarily matter. Just wasn't sure if Franz was actually absolutely ready, and I feel like the way the team's hitting, potentially going to get Reynolds back. Ooh, luckily we still are alive here. Before the end of the year, maybe with a week to go. We'll find that out today. Fouls off a 1-2 pitch. Should have let that go. Rhodes, 125. He definitely will be somebody that probably doesn't make the team next year as well. There's a 2-2 count. Walker's going to hold there at third. You know, making that playoff roster, if we are able to, will be interesting as well. Where you bring up Skeens, no way we're sending him down. We are still down 1-2, heading into the bottom of the 7th. Hernandez is on the mound. He's got a little bit of juice in the tank still, so we'll leave him out there, giving up 2 runs so far in this game. Potentially the future ace of this rotation, though I think it's going to be Jones moving forward. Definitely think he's going to have Keller hand him the baton of the ace of the ball club. 1 away. Hernandez right behind him, and then Skeens as well. But Harrington's also throwing it in the mix, and we can't forget about Oviedo. So we're very close to having a situation at starting pitcher where one of them might turn into a long-term long reliever, if not trade bait. There's a line drive to Celestino. We're going to try to hold this to a single, and we are successful at that. Runner at first, 1 out. Brings up Stuart Fairchild, 0 for 2 today. That misses the corner of the plate, 1-0. Line drive. Hayes able to get it. Double play. What a play to end this 7th inning by Hayes. Sam Maul up to pitch here with Jared Triolo up to bat, 1 for 2 on the day. 266, 333 on base percentage. Just gets under that one. I think that's going to stay in the park for a long out. 1 away. Looking at the standings updated, it looks like the Marlins have lost again. We currently have a 3-game lead. If we hold on or come back here, we'll be up 3.5 games. That is low. Ball 1 on Bay. Bay is 1 for 3 today, 257 on the year. Batting second in today's lineup. Yeah, that is a grounder to the second baseman. 2 away. The ambiance feels like playoff baseball. Fouls off a slurve there to stay alive in this at-bat. 2-2, 2 outs, down by a run in the 8th. And swings through that one. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th, down by a run. We were going to go with Ferguson. I didn't check on the De La Cruz injury, but it looks like he might be out today as well. Ferguson misses with his first pitch. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Now it's 1-1. Fouled off. There's a hit up the middle. Cruz is going to be unable to get to that. Runner at first, nobody out. That brings up TJ. Just misses the outside corner there. 1-0. Ground ball to Bay. This is going to be tough to get a double play. He's able to tag him and then throws to first. Luckily, that moved him close enough to tag him there. Otherwise, that would have been an advanced runner to second and just 1 out. But instead, 2 away in the bottom of the 8th. That brings up Matt McClain. Hard foul ball. Oh, swings at a curveball in the dirt. Looks at his bat, thinks there's a hole in it. 0-2 pitch. Ground ball. Hayes unable to play it. Rhodes will pick it up and throw it in. Ground ball to Bay. He will flip it over to Walker. Let's head to the 9th inning and see if we can come back. Reds are bringing in their closer. Should start getting a little more familiar with these teams that we're going to face in the playoffs. Who's on the mound for them? Alexis Diaz. Jack Zawinski, 1 for 3 today. Need to get a run here, guys. Oh, just early on the slurve. A slider. Imagine this team with Bednar right now. Grrr. Oh, and that hits Zawinski in the shoulder. I hope he's okay. He gets up. It looks like he's all right. Gets to first. That brings up Ke'Bryan Hayes. And he strikes out Hayes. 1 down in the top of the 9th. Christian Walker 2 for 2 today. Zawinski's on the move. And Walker, we don't need the batter or the runner running. Walker just took the lead. 3-2 Pittsburgh. Christian Walker is trying to fly around the bases there. Hits his 24th of the year. 105 exit velocity. My goodness, he got a hold of that one. And the surprise star of the year, Miguel Castro, comes in. 1 for 2 in save opportunities. But that wasn't really a save opportunity. It was a blown hold. I think it was about a week ago that went against him in the, it might have been the 8th inning. Started the year as one of our middle relievers, wasn't even the setup man. Middle of the season, we made a lot of changes. One of them was switching him to the setup pitcher. It's worked well. Let's see how this move to closer works for us. 3-2 ball game, 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Just a little low on those 2 pitches, 2-0. Misses on that one as well, 3-0 count. Slider catches the middle of the plate, 3-1. That one catches the bottom of the zone, 3-2 count. Fly ball to Zawinski. He's able to get over to it and under it. 2 away. 1 out away from taking a 2-0 lead in this 3-game series against the Reds. Strike 1 to Fraley. He's 1 for 3 today. Slider, ground ball to Walker. Pirates are cruising. Right now we are tied with the Diamondbacks, 3.5 games ahead of the Marlins. So that changes things a little bit. Now we have another team that we're looking at that we face at the end of the year. Could potentially be a game for a seeding in the playoffs, or a series for seedings. We're up 3-1, gonna head into the bottom of the 7th inning with Moretta on the mound. Fly ball 2, Rodriguez playing first today. 2 outs. Friedel up to bat here, 3-1 ball game. Runner at second. You know, you might want to get your setup guy going. We will do Loasiga and Beck warming up. There's a fly ball. Kirillov's going to have to hustle in to try to get it, and he does. We'll go to the 8th inning with a 2-run lead and a chance to sweep the Reds again. Loasiga with 17 holds on the year, 2.72 ERA. What a solid season for a reliever. Man, those signings this year paid off pretty well. Try a little change up here to get him out. Yes, strike 3. 1 away in the 8th. Oh, where did that miss? Loasiga's arguing a little bit. Not happy with the ump there. 3-2 pitch. Benson with a base hit. Kirilov trying to cut it off. He does. Benson trying to get to second. Cruz playing lazy there. Runner at second. 2 outs. And we have a full count against McLean here. Try the sinker to retire him. He swings through it, chases that one. Let's go to the 9th, up by 2. Back-to-back days, trying to get back-to-back closes here. Bring us within another game closer to the Reds. We'll be 6 games behind them after this. Just don't think there's enough time, and they seem to get really hot after they lose to us. So really focused on that wild card. I think the division's a little far away for us to come back, but you never know. A lot of baseball left. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. And it's a 1-run ball game. That's rough. Chases on the slider, 1-2. Get fooled on the changeup. 1 out. 1-run ball game. Bottom of the 9th. Castro trying to shake off that home run. He did pretty good there against Langoliers. Let's see how he does against Lane Thomas. 1-0 count. Pop fly. Hayes is going to try to get under it here. Seems like he sees where it's going to come down. 2 outs. Strikes him out on the slider. The Pittsburgh Pirates take the last 6 against the Reds this year. Man, if we just get them to keep losing against other teams. Jones, 6 innings, 5 hits, 6 strikeouts, 1 earned run. Kid's a stud. We take 2 out of 3 against the Oakland A's, leading into a series against the Cubs where we get spanked 13-12. Manuel Hernandez gives up 2 earned runs in 6 innings, and then Ferguson gives up 4, and Skeens gives up 5 and 1 1/3. What are we going to do with Paul Skeens? Oh my, and then the Cubs beat us 3-10, and the next day they beat us 4-6. We're on a 3-game losing streak. Ruh-roh. The Cardinals have passed the Marlins. They've won 3 straight. We've lost 3 straight. 2 behind the D-backs again. Magic number is 15. Pirates beat Tampa Bay in the first game of that series. Beat them in the second game. Lose out on the sweep, taking on the Brewers here. Brian Reynolds is eligible to be reinstated from the injury list, but will still be injured for a day or 2. Oh, what do we do here? We'll keep him on the injured list. We lose 3 out of... Oh, no, this is falling apart. Half-game lead on the Marlins all of a sudden. Oh, boy. We got the White Sox here. Auto-utilize. We lose again. Got to make a roster move. And I know who the move is already. John Rhodes, thank you for your service. Enjoy the rest of the year at AAA. We got to adjust these lineups here. Let's take a look at where we're at right now. We are tied with the Cardinals in the wild card with 8 games to go in the season. Oh, it's getting interesting. Cold streaks from Johan Oviedo and Jared Jones right now seem to be impacting the club. Paul Skeens just... What do we do here? I'm gonna rearrange this a little bit. Yeah, I think we go with that. Okay. Nerves are getting to me. Let's take a look at the lineup that we just created, though. We got Bay, Cruz, Reynolds, Davis, Hayes, Kirilloff, Olivares, Langford, Celestino. Against right-handers, against left-handers, Hayes, Triolo, Reynolds, Davis, Walker, Olivares, Cruz, Langford, Celestino. Let's see how it goes. And we have 41 on the 40, man. So we're gonna, oh no, this is rough this time of year. Palacios, you're going to be designated for assignment potentially, or what is this called? We're gonna put you on waivers. Does that mean we released him? We'll see how that goes for us. 7.5 behind the Reds. Yeah, we gotta play this. We gotta play this. Skeens is on the mound. In trouble against the terrible White Sox. 62 and 93. I guess they've improved a little bit.
The second baseman, Jacob.
But Skeens can't even get the slider anywhere near the plate there. There's a fastball, 1-1 count. Slider. Walker fields it, throws it over to Cruz. Cruz back to Skeens. Let's go to the bottom of the 7th. Let's get back in this game. Langford up the middle for a single. 1 runner on, 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Definitely time to start scoreboard watching. Let's take a look. Diamondbacks are tied right now. That's inside. Let's see. We got San Francisco's losing to Cincinnati. That's not helpful. 3-2 counts. I don't see a score for the Marlins or the Cardinals. That's a walk. We'll take it. Now I'm interested. St. Louis on the board out here. San Francisco's losing, which is helpful. I don't see Miami. Miami's losing to the Mets 3-2. Oh, there's St. Louis. Perfect scenarios right there. Both the teams that we're trying to stay ahead of and are tied with are losing. And so are we. Come on, Bay. 160 with runners in scoring. It might be time to adjust this and take Bay out of the lineup, but he's been a big part of this resurgence of this team. We go to the 8th, down by a run. We'll see if he can get his bat going as that one eats up Bay, and that all but makes up my mind on the future of Bay on this team. In September, tied for the wild card. Routine ground ball eats him up. It's time to bring your A game. Can't be having errors like that, even though they probably ruled that a base hit. I disagree with that. But Hayes with a nice play to turn 2 there with Bay and Walker. That gets us through the 8th inning. Still down by a run. Let's go to the bottom of the 8th. There he is. Brian Reynolds 0 for 3 on the ball game. Nice to have him back in the lineup. And he grounds into a double play on the first pitch. Oh, Langford's going to have to hunt this down. Can he get to it? He can't. Throw it into the cutoff man. They're going to go home on this. Bay's going to try to throw him out at the plate. Good throw, and he gets him. 2 outs, runner at 3rd. Good throw, Bay. Good relay there, Langford. Patient at bat here by Hayes so far. There's a good pitch, but right to the right fielder, 1 away. They beat us last game. They're trying to beat us again. Looking at the schedule, this is a series I thought we'd get at least 2 out of 3 on. Down to our last out. Here's Christian Walker, 0 for 3 today. There's a base hit by Walker to keep us alive. Runner at first, 2 outs. That's going to get through. Runners at first and second. 2 outs. Andy Rodriguez up to bat, but we are going to bring in Henry Davis. Down to 280, 22 home runs, 78 RBIs. He has slowed down big time the second half of the year. Still a monster season for him so far. Let's see if he can be clutch here for us. Or if Endy would have been the right call to leave in the game. Swings through a changeup, 0-1. Just early on the 88-mile-an-hour changeup. Fouls off a slider. Down in the count, 0-2. 217 with runners in scoring position. That's the thing he needs to work on. It is his clutch. And he strikes out. White Sox defeat us. This is starting to hurt. What a dilemma. Congratulations, the Curve have made the playoffs. AAA did not make the playoffs, but AA did. That's exciting. See, AAA 4 games out this time. Curve won by 6 games. Oh, man, what do we do here? We're on a 5-game losing streak and a game out of the wild card. Cardinals are ahead of us. We got to look at their schedule. They play the Mets and the Cubs. This is going to be tough. 2 teams below 500. And we play the Diamondbacks and the Padres. Okie dokie. 25,000 in attendance for a wild card Diamondbacks team. I guess that sounds about right. Reynolds gets this one opposite field, gives it a ride, and it is over the fence. Love to have him back. 3-0 Pittsburgh. Langford plays this on a hop. Single. Tristan Beck's going to come in the game here. Face the top of the Diamondbacks lineup. Beautiful hit by Marte. They will send the runner to third. Celestino fires over there. Perfect throw, but not in time. Runners at the corners, 1 away. The D-backs are alive here. That's going to score a run. Runners at first and second, 1 out in the 8th. You go down 4-3 is what you do. And just feel it slipping away. Get down, get down, get down. Nice base hit for Cruz. Langford up to bat here, 1 for 3. And there goes Cruz. He's in there. Runner at second, no outs. 1-0 count to Langford. That's a ground ball to third. That's the only place we didn't want to hit it. 1 away. Here's Celestino. Let's, if it'll let us, come on, let me. It won't. I was going to call timeouts. We're going. All right. Runner at third, 2 outs. Brian Hayes up to bat here, 1 for 4. Don't mind Hayes being up here. This is kind of nice. That is inside, 1-0. 2 for 5 against Ginkel in his career. That's a strike, and I just realized we do not have a pitcher warming up. There we go. Oh, we lost. That makes it 6 in a row that we have lost. Finally get a win against the Diamondbacks here. Harrington on the mound gets his 4th win of the year. Oh boy, let's look at the standings. We are a game and a half back now. Our elimination number is 3. Oh, triple away from the cycle. Let's jump in this one. We got to get another win against the D-backs here. He's a triple away from the cycle, apparently. D-backs scored 3 in the first, but we fought back.
1-1.
Put 4 in the 5th. 5-3 ball game. He will not get the cycle. Retired there. Oh, it just skipped ahead. Are you kidding me? Oh, we got the win. I thought we lost. I didn't even give us a chance to extend the game there. Usually it lets you keep playing. But we take 2 in a row against the D-backs. Let's advance days. Let that day finish. Game behind the Cardinals. Game behind the Marlins. 3 to go in the season. Oh, who's on the mound? Jared Jones. Let's enter this game down by a run. Gotta win out. We gotta win out here. Oh, he bobbles it at first. Are we gonna beat it out? We do. Runners on the corners, 1 away. Cruz on the move. I think he was in there. I don't know about that. 0-1 count. Too aggressive. Desperate times. 1-2 count to Hayes. I'm somewhat speechless right now. This is falling apart today. And a deep fly ball will send us to the bottom of the 7th, down by a run. Oh, that'll do it. Elimination number is now 2. Fly ball to center field. We will move Langford up to third base. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Trying to take a peek at the out-of-town scoreboard here. We'll take a look in a second. I don't see any of our teams that we care about. That makes it a 2-run game. Tying run at first there. Go ahead run at the plate. 1 out in the 8th. They'll bring in a new pitcher. De Los Santos. Let's go. Bases loaded. 1 out. O'Neal Cruz. Chance to be a hero for the team. Didn't like that one. 0-1. Oh, fly ball to center field. But we get a run here. Brings us within 1 run if we can get... We do. All right. 3-2. 3-2. Celestino scores there. I do like the settings the way they are. It feels like baseball. No blowouts lately. We haven't been having home run derbies. That'll tie the ball game up. Just good at bats there. Good base hits. Henry Davis up to bat here. 6th in the lineup today. 2 outs. That's playable. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. 3-3 ball game. It's a new game. And Darvis comes in to pitch. Bay to lead off. Celestino's on second base. We tried to go down the first base line, but that'll advance the runner. And Bay's safe. Kirilloff up to bat here. Oh, Bay was out, but they dropped the throw to first. There's a break we needed. Bay's on the move. Kirilloff could not catch up to that, but runners at second and third. Nobody out. Ground ball to first base. That's rough. Could not advance the runner there. That brings up MVP candidate. Would have been Brian Reynolds, batting .324 still. I'm not sure what that pitch out was about. Let's do that like 8 more times. 7 more times. Yeah, they're pitching away to Reynolds. Reynolds is going to have the green light here. Foul ball. That'll get through. That will send Bay home as well. Reynolds will retreat back to first. 1 out, 5-3 Pittsburgh. Controversial move here. But I want to see something about this guy. Strike 1.
0-1.
Got to remember there's a runner at second. That run doesn't matter. The runner at the plate is the one that does. That's a strikeout for Skeens. Strike 1 to Machado. Strike 2 to Machado. On the shift, scores a run. Runner at first. 1 away. Strikes him out. Chase the fastball outside. 2 away. Campusano's not chasing that one. There's a fly ball to Langford. Paul Skeens with the save. Pirates win. Playoff hopes are still alive. In all of this playoff hunt, I forgot the curve. We're in the playoffs. They have won their series and will head to the league championship. I want to see the calendar for that. So that starts on the 30th. So if we miss the playoffs, we will pay attention to that for sure. But we need to switch back to the big league club. We passed the Cardinals. We're showing above them, tied with the Marlins. Oh, the Marlins are showing above us in the standings. So we just got to win and hope. Win and hope. Let's take a look at who everyone is playing, though. We're playing San Diego. We know that. The Cubs have taken two out of the first 2 of this series. We need them to take the third one. Or maybe that doesn't matter. And then Miami. Oh, Come on, Reds. Get your 93rd win of the year. We have Oviedo on the mound in a cold streak. The team is tired. All right, let's get this. We'll get this lineup set, and we'll get into this game. There's a look at the lineup: Triolo, Cruz, Kirilloff, Reynolds, Hayes, Davis, Rodriguez, Langford, Sowinski. On the road, we'll do a full game here to end the season. Jared Triolo leading off, career high 58 RBIs. Important game. We'll try to scoreboard watch as much as we can today. 0-1 count. 1-0 count. 1-1 tie game for the Cardinals right now. That does not get down. 1 away. I am going to do a voiceover for this game. And in a game where you expect the best stuff from one of your better pitchers, it just didn't happen. Oviedo came into this game on a cold streak. The first inning, he gives up a couple nice base hits there. Scores a run on this one, 1-0 Padres. You just kind of wonder, was this team ready for a playoff push? They seem to just fall apart the last 2.5 weeks of the season when basically every game felt like a playoff game at that point. And maybe we're a little young. Maybe we're just not ready. But we do some good things in this game. Reynolds definitely shows that he is the star of the team. He gets a triple here, but we did see a 3-run inning by the Padres to start off the game. And that's just, you're playing behind. You're probably scoreboard watching. We do know at this point that the best we can do is finish with a tie for the wild card. The Marlins and the Cardinals did win, and the playoffs doesn't seem to have a tiebreaker that goes our way. So this game really didn't matter. As you can see, that ball hit the base and Hayes couldn't field it. Next batter comes up, hits a home run. It's a 5-1 game at this point. You just got to think the team felt deflated and had nothing left in the tank after a long season. Sowinski golfs this one, a deep shot to right center for a home run. Nice to see that, trying to play for his job next year. Just not enough. The team just couldn't do enough. We did bring in Harrington late in the game as an idea to try to keep this close, and even that backfired a little bit on us. He did 2 good innings, and then in the 8th inning, it kind of unraveled for him as well, as Tatis has a nice, what turns into a triple here. But the 8th inning really did get out of control, and we just are unable to recover from such a deficit as our old teammate Rowdy Tellez drives in Tatis there. And just makes it a 4-run game at this point, but it gets worse. It's just, I don't know, it's laughable at this point. I was pretty frustrated last night as I was recording this, and it didn't matter who it was on the Padres. They came to play the last game of the year. Kind of joking in my head that the team should just stay in San Diego and have a nice vacation after this. Reynolds is going to, stop a run from scoring here, but 5-run lead at this point, just, you got to think the guys were deflated, and it kind of showed. There's the 8th run of the game for the Padres. Runner advances to third because we didn't hit the cutoff man. Just everything we were doing, making mistakes. Ended up bringing in Holderman. We get out of the 9th down by 7, and then Hayes strikes out to end the game. We did get a run in the 9th inning, but not enough. Well, that's a pretty long episode, and unfortunately, we do not make the playoffs this year. A game out of the playoffs. Eliminated. I don't know what's going to happen with this tiebreaker. I don't know if they have a game on the schedule for that. Let's see if we can figure that out. I don't see one. We'll probably have to advance, but I want to make sure we keep all of the statistics and everything before we do that. Next episode, we'll do a full season recap as well as see if the Curve can hold on and win the AA championship. There are playoffs in our future, just not Major League. I'm Soxway Up. Thanks for hanging out. I will catch you on the next episode.